All right, coming back turn 6, we had big plays for the Russians last game. They were able to get from 19 to 9 points. The Americans just had to be demoralized by that power play with Quagmire last turn rather. Turn 6, let's look at the hands. Bear trap still. South America scoring for the Russians. They got to get in there somehow. I don't see anything to get in there. Actually, this might be helpful. We might get into that. South African unrest. Willy Brandt influence in West Germany. And basically an extra coup with +4. Missile envy. Brezhnev will probably play that first. Lone gunman. I say nay. Colonial rear guard still. For the Americans, Comic-Con, arms race, one small step. CIA created, still not a bad idea. How I learned to stop worrying, also not a bad idea. Flower power, John Paul II. Our man Tehran, nuclear sub, not a great hand over there. We have the China card. Let's think of a headline card. The Americans. Let's see. I'm a big fan of the idea of using one of these cards to get the DEF CON down to 2 because I've got those battlegrounds. I've got Venezuela and Brazil. I'm not too happy about leaving open to coup. CIA created gives me a coup of one of those African countries. He was able to beat me to Nigeria, so I'd like to take that back. I think CIA created actually is what I'm going to do because of the coup that I want the coup. And then for the Russians, Brezhnev Doctrine, I believe, +1 for all the cards. That's good. That's good. Yeah, we got some low-op cards we want to get rid of. Brezhnev occurs first, +1. That's fair enough. CIA created, USSR reveals hand, so the Americans can see the Russian hand and can make plays based on that now, unlike what we've been doing before. And then one coup at 1 op for the Americans. It's going to be, I think Angola, because then realigning Botswana. Actually, so I see this South African unrest now. So I might want to do Zaire. Or Nigeria. Libya. It's not bad. Libya's not bad. It's only 1 op though. I think Zaire. 4 + 1 is 5. We needed 2. That's a difference of 3. That's 1 for the Americans. Down to 2. 1 op. Okay, the Russians' turn. The Russians are going to... They see that. They're not happy about that, but they're going to go in anyway. AB, and they still get their coup. So this goes up to 3, and then 4 ops to coup. I say Brazil, because it's much easier. Total of 6. We needed 4. That means the Americans lose 1. Russians gain 1. Not great, not really what we want there. The Americans, they see South America scoring. They see South African unrest. They see Zaire. We just did that. We'd like to continue with that. Flower power, no. Yes, actually. I'm thinking this for 3. All in Brazil. Just like that. Effect here, 1 in 4 non-US controlled Eastern European countries. 1 in East Germany, why not? 1 in Poland, why not? 1 in Yugoslavia. And why not? How about 1 in Czechoslovakia? Russians, eh? 3 ops then. I'm not happy about a lot of this over here as the Russians. 3 ops for Uruguay. Americans might coup Uruguay, I think. With 4 to coup Uruguay. Oh man. 5. That was 4. Americans lose 1. Why did I put Why did I put that? That was supposed to be Russians. And then they lose 1 from the coup. Flower power in effect. Russians. They got some ops for that. 2 ops for Argentina. Because of Brezhnev, +1. Okay. Let's see. We're going to have to try to distract him elsewhere with John Paul. Actually, John Paul doesn't do much. Nuclear subs for the effect. We can make coups in battlegrounds. Doesn't affect the DEFCON status. Russians, I see that. That's 3 ops. Let's beef up. Let's make it 5. Nobody in their right mind would coup that. Americans. 3 ups. To coup Angola. See Angola there? Easy. 5 as 8. Needed 2. That's 2 and 4. Angola. Africa getting wrecked. We've got this over here. I think I might take Bear Trapped. I might take for the 4 ops. Because I don't want them to coup Chile. And I can still play South America scoring, obviously. I think I'm going to do it 4 ops. All in Chile. Bear Trap. Americans, gonna coup some more, how about? Nigeria with 2. That's a 1, so a total of 3. Russians lose 1. They can coup in battlegrounds because of nuclear subs. Okay, the Russians have to discard. Call it rear guards. They need 1 through 4. Cancelled. Bear Trap, done. Much better than that Quagmire last game. Americans, what are they going to do? What are they going to do? They see these 2 cards. Beefing up our battlegrounds in Africa with 2. 1 and 1, I say. There we go. Russians have to play South America scoring. No net result here. Even battlegrounds. Fine. Let's see. Yeah, I think 2 to coup Nigeria with Arman and Tehran. Roll of 6. That's 8. Russian to lose 2. What, 8, right? 2, 6, 2. Nigeria at 5 now. Decisive control of, well, that's sort of decisive. We got 1 here. That's not good, but it's not great. It's not great. The Russians have a lot to think about Africa. Hopefully they'll get this South African unrest out next time. Both made it on ops easy, up to 3. Turn 7, we're going to have a reshuffle and come back with turn 7.